What is up? It's Slyball61 back here, and we're going to review the Type 59. I will talk you through what I know about it and how I like to play it. So let's compare the tanks right now. So I have most of the meds here, and let's start comparing them. So the Type 59 doesn't have the best DPM, but it's better than the T-34-3. But where that DPM does lack, but it does get more penetration. Like, the 54 and the 44 only have 175 compared to the 181 that gets. But it does. They have the same alpha. But the thing I don't like about that is it has 4.1 second aim time over the 3.9 and the 3.2 the the T54 and the T44 have. But it does have the same power ratio as the 54 over here, but the 54 has a little tiny bit difference. But it has 7 degrees over the 6 degrees the 54 has, and T44 100 only has 5. And so does the 34-3. I'm looking through here, I mean, it does have decent gun depression, and it has good turret. I mean, I can go here, and when you're looking at when it has 7 degrees of gun depression, it's going to be like 240 or 2. But right here, you have to get really close to the gun to get it 226 millimeters of penetration. So, man, it's a hard pin when it starts wiggling in this. It's trollish, I like to put it. You can also angle this frontal armor, so you can get bounces off it. I've done it before. But when you angle this, you got to be wary that they're going to try to pin here. So when you angle a little too much like that, it makes it really easy to pin. So it means you got to move back and forth when you're going towards someone like a 54 mod 1. But you have to angle a little more. I mean, it has 80 millimeters on the sides, which you can actually side scrape in this tank in that if you really needed to. 175 you can get away with that too, but 190 on the 54 is pretty good too. I have now 4 reviews to show you of me playing it. Let's start with the first one. I will talk through what I'm thinking while I'm playing this battle. So I'm looking around who I have next to me, which is the Pershing. I'm also looking at where the team is going to go. I know they're going to go up to the A point, more or less, on this map. So I'm thinking, could I get a quick spot, just in case they're going down the middle lane on Canal. So I'm thinking I can maybe go hold down on this hill where D would usually be. And I'm thinking, before I even start, I'm thinking that. So I'm thinking, I also have TDs. If I can spot for them, and they get free shots if they sit in the right spot. I like to run 20 rounds, 11 rounds, and 3 rounds for my ammo composition. It only has 34 rounds of capacity, so you got to be limited on the HE. But it's good to have more AP than ABCR at times, because it's a credit earner. It's the second best credit earner at Tier 8 at 180 coefficient. The Super Pershing has more, 190. I see this T-34. I take a free damage. That's basically what I'm looking, and he's still there. I'm thinking, what the crap is this T-34 thinking? So I'm just like going, free damage? I'll take this any day. Who wouldn't? That's free damage and free credits. So I finish him off with that last shot, and I go down. I'm looking for another free shot. I see no free shot there. I look, and I move down off the hill. I'm also looking right in front of me. I know the Pershing would have been shot if there's someone there, so it means I can push down. I'm looking for shots into that lurver that's in the corner. So I go here, and I'm wary when I come up. I'm looking at the minimap if there's a TD there, but there's no TD, so I know I can push up a little more. Now I'm looking for that lurver, the backup. I see that KV3 there, and then I'm thinking I'll go down on the hill, and I can go for this lurver. I'm guessing those TDs are going to be very, very back. And that's where I'm guessing they're going to be, just by how the game's turning out right now. So I'm watching that T-44, and I bumped the button. I'm thinking I want to go up here and make it so that I bounce one off of the T-44. So I back up. I see that lurver. I'm waiting for that lurver to shoot. And I see the KB3 is about to push right in front of me. I put a free shot into him. I back up. I'm looking. And he's looking for a free shot. So I'm looking behind me. And now look, he starts pushing up forward more. I'm watching. I see that lurver is free shot. I take one, put an ABCR shot in, and I see where the RHM popped up. So I know, ooh, HE, if he pops around the corner. He doesn't pop around the corner, luckily. So I finish off this KB3. And then I'm thinking, I'm looking, I see SU there. He's behind the hill. I see the RHM. I go down. I see IS-5. I try to put a shot in, I miss. I hit it into the ground because I didn't aim right. Looking at the RHM, he doesn't push out. I'm watching the minimap to see if he actually pushes more. I see a free shot into him. I wait, aim it, shoot, and then I pull back. I'm looking at the SU, seeing he's trying to push around. He stops there. I'm thinking, this is my free shot. I put APCR in him because 181, and then I try to I want to side hug him, move back, and take one for the T-44. I'm thinking I need to clear this SU in the corner since he has maybe the derp gun. I don't know. At this moment, I know that RHM is going to be around this corner too. So I'd be careful. I don't peek too much. I don't know what the IS is thinking, but he's not letting me back up at that second. I'm thinking I need to finish off this RHM, and I know he can't fully kill me. I'm waiting for a teammate to push up. He pushes up. I'm thinking free shot of HE into him. I load AP, and I go, he got the RHM. I want to deal with this T-44 to get it off his rear end. This T-44 backs up. I'm thinking he's going to drop. So he doesn't drop. He backs up. I put one into his lower glacis. And I blocked 560. And this was during the rating battle. So let's go for the next one. What I'm thinking right here, I'll stop it here. What I'm thinking is I'm looking at, I see two flankers more or less. I see a lot of TDs. So I see they're going to have a lot of TDs in the back at this point. So I know I need to stay away from right here and back there. So I'm going to go right at this rock. That's basically what I'm thinking at this moment. Looking at my composition, mostly we're going to go left. So I go left, and I basically be the spotter for today. This is my favorite spot to go in the Type 59, if you can get up here. But you got to be wary of light tanks in that. So I know this spick is going to be here. This Type 59 is here. I put a pot shot into him. Usually doesn't go for me, but I was like, oh, and he's going to pass through, and I'm not going to get shot. I'm looking at the IS-5, looking at him. I know right here I have enough gun depression, and he doesn't really have a good shot. I wait for him to push up a little more. I back up. He moves a little more, give me that pike nose so I can maybe pin him. And just waiting. I'm looking at also at the mini-map. He bounces. I put one into his other side because he angled out. I see this Type 59 is not paying attention to me, so I'm backing up. I'm looking, and I see this SU is out in the open. I'm thinking if I aim the fully, I can maybe put one in. I put one in. I back up. I go, use my 7 degrees of gun depression again. I aim again. I put one in. It misses. Instead, this gravy digger starts getting really aggressive and starts going on his rear end. So now this Type 59 has to move forward. My team clears him. That was a wasted shot. And now I pop my adrenaline because I want to clear him. While he's there, I'm just going to shoot him. I'm also looking to my left at the IS-5. I know he's on the minimap, but he isn't anywhere that he can hurt me. I look again, and he's starting to crest that hill. I'm thinking I need to get rid of this T25 AT since he's right in front of me. And I can deal with the IS-5 a little later. He's cleared. I'm going to now deal with the IS-5. Now I'm going to put one, let it aim, put one down. He's not going to shoot that side skirt. And now I'm going to go now towards him. I'm going to put one in. And I see IS-6 in that Panther. I'm thinking IS-6 is going to be my more target I need to get rid of, even though I have a shot into the Panther. I look again, and I'm thinking I can get by him. He's stuck on a rock. And I have enough hit points so I can just face hug him. I face hug him, and he bounces off my turret, which is what I love to do in this tank. Because face hugging, your IS tanks are going to have a hard time pinning unless they load their heat round. But he thought he could get away with shooting his APCR round or AP. But he was wrong. Now, I'm going to show you this one. Now, I'm thinking they're going to have three flankers coming. And I'm thinking I need to deal with that since most of my heavies are going to be there. And I want to make sure my heavies don't have a flank on so they can just clear those three heavies if the heavies are there. My other medium on my team decides to go, so I'm just going to do a quick spot up here. I spot the Leopard PTA. I spot another tank, so I'm thinking I need to get my rear end out of here. I've spotted already three, so I back down off this hill. I go back to this back hill because I know my team's not going to really defend these flankers. And I'm thinking I can't sit there because I'm going to be shot from multiple angles. I see this IS-6, I'm thinking, I load a PCR because I don't have a good shot into him. I wait until he moves a little forward, he doesn't, so I take a shot with AP into his cupola, but it misses because of RNG. It was a full aim shot too. I see this RU comes around, I put one into him, he runs by, and I'm thinking, if I pop adrenaline, and, he comes out again, I just shoot him again. But I don't pop adrenaline, I'm still looking. Because I have the hit points, and he doesn't. I don't shoot HE on him, because most times with the angle he is, it's not going to pin. So I pop adrenaline to get rid of him, and I get rid of him. Now I'm seeing the Conqueror is dealing with IS-6. I come to help the Conqueror. I put one in the turret of the IS-6. And I'm staying back more because I don't want to take a 400 alpha shot if I don't need to. When I see the Centurion, I wait for the aim. I hit the manlet of his turret, which is a bummer. I can do that in a mod 1 if I really wanted to. I couldn't. I would need that extra 1 degree of gun depression. I look at this Leopard PTA, and I know he's not paying attention because he would have turned around. So I'm thinking if he moves back a little bit, HE, try to bounce one. He shoots one into my side because he had too much on my side. He backs up. I shoot another one. He puts one in my lower glacis. He has 255 millimeters of penetration. And then this guy runs in. I put one in. And the Conqueror finishes him off. We do win this one, but basically that spotting helped. That Conqueror needed that spots and that, and I helped him with that. That Leopard didn't. But the RU was a 60%er. Let's go to the next one. The RU was basically too aggressive. He got himself stuck in a position that I could just get rid of him, and his teammates couldn't help him. I want to stop here and say where I'm actually going to plan to go. They only have two flankers, but they only have two TDs. So I'm thinking, can I go get away with going left? Because I see our team is mostly med related, so I'm thinking they're most likely not going to go right, so they're going to go left. So I'm automatically going to go that direction. But the enemy side, I'm kind of iffy about. So I take this back route instead of going all the way around. So I'm going to go on this hill. This is my favorite place to go in T62As, any med really. I like to go right here. I'm waiting for the scent to move back a little bit more because he sees I'm giving him. He looks at me. He knows. He recognizes I'm here, and I realize I could just move down. The I spy misses. I'm just spotting really. I'm using my gun and to spot them. So I know there's two there. So I know I'm gonna go around here, the spot what I can see on this side because they're starting to back down because they're realizing I'm pushing. I miss. I see the Centurion starting to run. I come over. I wait for him to cross. I bounce. And then that Hessling is in the back, but he bounced. I'm looking at that IS-5. That's all the way down, so I'm thinking that's a free shot at AP. So I wait and aim that, and I load APCR since he went up higher. That's my first damage. I blocked 400 so far. He turns again. I put another one into him. And then he backs up. I put one. It tracks him, but it doesn't kill him because it was a low roll. I missed with APCR because I took my time on switching ammo types. I put one into Centurion. I go over back here. I spot that Hessling, I think. Yeah, no, I didn't. I'm going to move back here. I'm going to move down now because I'm noticing my team needs my help down here. So I move up. I'm also watching my left side when I'm coming up this hill. And I notice this AMX is crossing the bridge. So I'm thinking he's either on reload, he goes down. He doesn't realize I'm here, but he moves down again. And I notice this Pershing is dealing with too many targets, so I put a HE into him. And then I move back. And then I move forward again. Then I see a shot and deliver. I load APCR. I shoot him. I move back. So then he turns his focus towards the Pershing. I shoot into his side with AP. I couldn't have done that with T44. I would have had to load APCR. I try to get away with shooting AP. Not with AP, but I miss over him. I see this WZ is going around. I put one in his rear end. I go up again to deal with this T49. Only have one round of HE left. I don't use it on him because he's going to go down. And I seen this Hessling. He puts 204 into me. I go down. And I help this Pershing deal with this T49. And then I clear him. I move back to help the Pershing with the 49. He got him himself. I rack up almost 3K. I'll show you this last replay, and this. I like when I'm playing this in tourneys. While this is loading, when I play this in tourneys, I'm usually the spotter, and the spotter. I'm usually that person that goes spots and then comes back. If my team wants me to flank, I'll flank, but mostly I don't in tourneys. these are excellent spotting tanks. I would recommend a 44 or a 59 because of their good view range, which is 300 meters spotting range. I like to come here on Naval Frontier. I like to come here so I can spot the enemy team going across, just so my team knows where they're going. My team goes that way, but I'm sitting here. I'm waiting for spots to come by. I noticed they would have been crossed by now, so I know they're not here. So I come up this slope. I'm fully aware they're going to be right around this corner. So I go here to get some spots in. I spot the Lorraine going up. I'm not pushing it. I'm not cresting the hill. I'm just spotting right now. Because I know I have not enough ground depression, and they're just going to get a free shot into me. I try to put one in the IS. Since Lorraine's not paying attention, I would have spotted any other. Now I see this OTP is in the back here. I'm being cautious going across here because I'm knowing there's RHM that isn't spotted. I don't want to take a 640 shot. So I'm staying back here. I'm watching my left. I'm going to clear him, and I'm going to go up. I see this KV3 here, and I see the Lorraine. I turn. Because he thinks I have a free shot. I put one in. He puts one in. I repair my ammo rack. He does the right thing by backing up here. Now I have to be in frontally with him. I know he has one round left. Because he's already shot one into me, and then another, and then that's his third. But he must have ran out. He must have used his clip on someone else. So now I deal with this KV3, and I know the IS is up there. So I do a spot around the corner. I spot him. I wait for the Glacier to go forward. He's going to really want a shot into me. I angle up so it bounces. And then I go up here. I'm going to shoot this lower Glacier again. I'm just going to keep pressing. I'm going to keep wiggling. This is what's fun about this tank. But I'm now going to deal with his IS. I'm going to try to face hug him. Because he can't really do anything much to me. But he shot my side. I go behind him. I see the RHM. I'm thinking, oh crap. I bounce. He's using the 128. I go around the corner. Put HE into him. And I see this Bulldog here. I got a little greedy on the Bulldog, and I got punished for it by the RHM. Luckily, it wasn't a very high roll, or I would have died there. I move back. He misses. AP would have went through right there, but I wanted the damage. I fall off because I don't want to take a hit by that T-44. So I go here. I only have 8 hit points, but I also like to run the enhanced armor. No, I like to run the structure thing. It gives you more hit points. The T-44 gets aggressive. I die. And my team clears them. The SU clears him. No, he misses. Gets cleared. So what I have for you for replays, I'll talk about what I don't like about the tank and what I like about the tank. By what I know. What I know about this tank is that I know it has a good turret. I know it can be trollish, and it's hard to pin at times. From a distance, it's hard to pin. What I like to play it is more close range and medium range. Far range, it's just really, really atrocious, I like to put it. It has a decent power ratio. It has a good alpha compared to the other meds. It has the same as the Russian meds, more or less. It has a really good traverse compared to the Pershings. It has a long reload. You can get away with that if you know how to use a hold down and you don't be really aggressive like in a T-44. The aim time, I hate about the aim time, but I get why they have the aim time because with that 180, you're getting more penetration with your AP, and it just means that's less, and it has a good credit coefficient. It's the second best at Tier 8, more or less, and that's basically what I like about it. And that's all I have for you today, so see you on the battlefield.